Hello and welcome to Crochet and Coffee. Today I want to show you how to do a different square. So this one is called the Willow Square and it is one of my favorite squares, and I have been wanting to show you how to do this for a long time, so now I've finally found the time to do it. It is an 8 round square and we're going to work in a circle and then we'll start building the square at the end. It's pretty straightforward. It's a total of 8 rounds. For this one I have changed color between each round so you can see how the pattern works. It's quite big. I have a regular 4 round granny square here that is made in the same type of yarn. As you can see, the square is quite big compared to this one. I think for today's video we're going to do the square in a color changing yarn, and I'll explain to you how you do the color change if you are working with different kind of colors for each round. So let's start the tutorial. So I have this color changing yarn that I want to try out, so let's see if it works for this square. We're going to start with a slip knot. Go ahead and do that, and then we are going to create a little ring. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going into the first chain and we're going to grab the yarn and slip stitch to form our little ring. In the ring we're going to work double crochet, so you can start by chaining 3 or you can do stacked stitches. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put in a single crochet and another single crochet on top of that. If you're not a big fan of the chain 3, I do have a video where I show you some alternatives to making a chain 3 when you're starting out with a double crochet. I will link to that. So here's my first double crochet, and we're going to add in another 15 double crochets for a total of 16. So that was 16 double crochets. I am going in on my first double crochet on the top stitch and I am slip stitching. If you did a chain 3 in the beginning, you will slip stitch to your third chain. And now you can of course go ahead and change the color if you want to. We're going to start the next round in the same double crochet. So if you are attaching a new yarn, just attach it to a double crochet. We're again going to start with a double crochet, so chain 3 or do it however way you prefer it, like that. And then we're going to chain 1 and we're going down into the next double crochet and putting in a double crochet. So 1 double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round, separated by a chain 1. So when we're done with this round, we're going to have 16 double crochets and 16 chain 1 spaces to work in. I'm going to do my last chain and then I'm going to slip stitch to my first double crochet, so that would be your third chain if you did that, and that completes round number 2. For round number 3 we're going to start in a double crochet as well, and we're going to build a double crochet on top of that. So again, do a chain 3 if you prefer that. I do 2 single crochets on top of each other. And then in the chain 1 space between the double crochets from the previous round, we're going to put in 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And then a double crochet on top of that double crochet from the last round. And 2 double crochets in the chain space next to that one. So when you're done with this round, you should have a total of 48 double crochets all the way around. So I now have 48 double crochets and I'm going into my first double crochet and slip stitching. So this completes round number 3. I want to bring in my sample here for a second because we did round 1, 2, so the white one, and then round 3, this green one, as you can see. And now we are doing what this white yarn is doing, so a lot of it is hidden. We're going to do a lot of chain spaces around to build something we can work in for the next round. So we're just going to start in this top double crochet that we have from this last round, and we're actually going to just do a single crochet. Again, if you're attaching a new yarn, just start with a single crochet. And the good thing about if you're doing color changes, you can of course move around on the project, so you're not constantly doing a new round in the same stitch, because it's difficult not to tell at the end just a little bit. So this was our first single crochet, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to skip 2 double crochets, so it's the 2 double crochets that was done in the chain space, and we move over to the double crochet over here that was done on top of the other double crochet, and we're just going to do a single crochet. So this is our first chain 3 space. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're doing the same thing, so skipping 2 double crochets and working in the 3rd double crochet, putting in a single crochet, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 2 double crochets and move over here and put in a single crochet. So we have a chain 3 space, a chain 5 space, and a chain 3 space, and this will be the side of the square. So now we're going to do the corner, and in there we're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Skip 2 double crochets and go into the 3rd and put in a single crochet. So this is our first corner. So corner, chain 10, chain 3, chain 5, chain 3, and over here will be another chain 10, and so on. So just continue this way with a chain 3, chain 5, a chain 3, and then a corner. So I'm almost done. So this was my chain 10, and I'm going to find my single crochet from the beginning and go in and slip stitch. So now we have our 4 corners and the sides. For the next round we're going to, so for round 5, we're going to start in our chain 3 space. I'm going to slip stitch 2 times to get into the center. So if you're changing yarn, just attach to the center of your chain 3 space. And I'm going to put in a single crochet like that. And then in my chain 5 space next to it, we're going to put in 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets. We're going to put in a single crochet in the chain 3 space next to it. This is how the sides are going to be between the corners. A single crochet, 7 double crochets in the chain 5 space, and a single crochet. Then moving into the corner, the chain 10 space, we're going to put in 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So this will be our new corner. And go back into the chain 10 space and put in 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, wait, 4, and 5. And it can seem like there's a lot of space in here, that the double crochets are really not filling out the space, but it will be better when we put on more rounds. It will kind of straighten out a little bit more. And then just into the chain 3 space and do a single crochet, 7 double crochet in the chain 5 space, single crochet in the chain 3, and in the corners 5 double crochet, chain 3, 5 double crochets. So I'm coming out of the corner and I'm just going to find my first single crochet that I did down here, and I'm going to slip stitch like that. As you can see, when you straighten out the corners a little bit, everything does actually kind of fit. So that was round number 5. For round number 6, we're again going to build these chain spaces around the squares so we can continue to work in those. So we're going to start in the single crochet, and in here we're going to put a double crochet, so you can chain 3 if you prefer that. Just keep that in mind if you're doing the color change as well, that we're going to start with a double crochet right out of the corner. So here's my first double crochet. Again, you can chain 3 if you prefer that. I'm going to chain 3. So that means you will have to start by chaining 6 if you start with a chain 3. Then I'm going to find my center double crochet up here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's this one up here. So the 4th one. And in there I'm going to put in a single crochet. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to find my single crochet down here. I'm going to yarn over because we're going to put in a double crochet. Like that. So as you can see, again, we're starting to build chain spaces all the way around. Then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because we're going to attach up here in the corner, and up here we're going to put in a single crochet in this corner space, so the chain 3 space, and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put in a single crochet also in the corner. So this is now our new corner. It's quite a lot smaller than the other one, but this is our new corner. And then we are going to chain 5 to get out of the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in the single crochet down here, we're going to put in a double crochet. Chain 3 to get to the 4th double crochet over here. So the centered one, single crochet. So this is how it goes. You have chain 3s here, and you have double crochets in the single crochets from the last round, and in the corners, chain 5 to get up to the top of the corner, put in single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 5 to get out of the corner again. So I just chained 5 out of my corner, and I'm going to find my top of my first double crochet. So that would be your 3rd chain if you started with chains. So you would have chain 6 in the beginning, and you're going to slip stitch into your 3rd chain. So this was round number 6, and it's starting to look pretty good, I think. So let's move on to round number 7. We're going to start in a chain space. So I'm just going to slip stitch one time to move into this chain space. And it doesn't really matter what chain space you're starting in, because this round is pretty straightforward. in all the chain spaces where we have 3 chains, so this is a chain 3 space, we can do that first. Let's do that. In there we're going to put 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And we have another chain space next to it that's also a chain 3. So in there we're also going to put in 3 double crochets. 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, and 3. So each chain 3 space should have 3 double crochets. So that is over here and down here and over here. And we're not going to chain anything in between or anything. Then we have a chain 5 space leading up to the corner. So we have our chain 5 here and here. And we also have it down here, just up towards the corner. And in the chain 5 spaces, we're going to put in 5 double crochets. That is very straightforward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the corners, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to chain 3 to form a new corner. And we're going to put in 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So that gives us our corner. And then we have a chain 5 space, so 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is the pattern to repeat all the way around. So you have chain 3 spaces coming up, so 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 5 space, 5 double crochets, and then the corners, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. So that was round 7. I just slip stitch up in my first double crochet here to end the round. You should have a total of 88 double crochets after this round, and then of course you have your 4 chain 3 spaces, so the corners. For the last round, round 8, we're going to put in a single crochet in each top double crochet from the last round. So I'm just going to start with a single crochet, and you don't really have to count a whole lot because you're just going to put in 1 single crochet in each double crochet. In the corners where you have your chain 3s, you're going to put in 3 single crochets. So because we have 88 double crochets, we need 88 single crochets plus 3 in each corner. So when you're done with this round, you'll have a total of 100 single crochets. I have a really nice way that we can finish off this project. So this last slip stitch over here becomes almost invisible. So hang around if you want to see how that is done, or just start doing your 100 single crochets. So this is my last single crochet. I now have 100, and normally I would go over here and I would slip stitch to finish this round. But instead I'm just going to cut off my yarn, leaving a fairly long tail, like that. I'm going to pull the yarn through. So now we have this last stitch, top stitch here, and it's not secure. But I'm going to take my yarn needle, and I am skipping this one because this is the first one we did, and I'm going over to the second one, and then I'm creating a the illusion of a top stitch over that one. So going in there, and then I'm going back to the stitch that I'm coming out of, so this one. But in here I'm just going to go in the center and only come out of the back loop like that. And as you can see, this forms a nice top stitch that looks more like the others. You can tighten it a little bit if it gets too big. That doesn't give you that knot or bump that you normally get when you fasten off. And you just turn it over, and then you of course need to secure it, because again right now it's not secure. So just go ahead and weave that end in really nicely. And that completes the willow stitch, the willow square, sorry. I think this is a really lovely square. And if you enjoy making squares, I have a lot of videos about other kind of different squares that you might enjoy. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Maybe share it with someone who would also enjoy it. And have a great day.